Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of No, I'm Not a Human. And today is Hospitality Day, which we have let a lot of people in. We have turned people away. One of my biggest regrets is that cat. She just had just perfect white teeth, and I've been thinking about it ever since. Like, I didn't want to let the character in just in case. I think we have to like talk to people. First of all, let's talk to you. It's so goddamn hot. How are you feeling? Seems like it's even worse than I thought. Damn it. I don't think I'll hold out longer than a week. It did ease the pain a little when you let me in, though. Thank you. No problem, buddy. Everyone's going through horrible times. But now I'm just sitting here while the rest of the guys out there are dying. I could have stayed with them. It's not like I've got anything to lose. I'm already all on my way out. After all, you deserve to have a... Even if you are going to die, let's say you will die, you deserve to have some sort of peace before you die. You really do. Please don't feel bad about this. Please do not feel bad about this. The music is so perfect, isn't it? It's like the perfect blend of like a track that could become iconic for the game itself, and all the tracks are so amazing in that way too. They sound great, but they always have like this slight like element to them that makes you feel very like nervous. And I think that's very important. It's like when I hear this track a year from now, I'm probably gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, that game. But it's also important to note that like there is like this nervousness that comes along with this too. We haven't called FEMA at all. We haven't called. Should we call like the girl's friend to see what happens? I guess we should. But I'm just worried about like this idea around it as well. Let's talk to everyone else just before we do anything else. How you doing, buddy? Sup, dude? Something wrong? Dude, where are your movies? You got like 0 tapes in here. Do you even watch anything? Like, I'm dying of boredom over here, man. Dude, like, it's kind of an apocalypse. This isn't the time for movies. I'll just say I don't have any. I'm not gonna like judge his wants and, you know, desires. Well, man, you can't be serious. No way. You are serious. Like, you got a TV in your room, dude. You ain't got any movies? This party sucks. I thought you'd be cool. Are you here to party or to survive? Come on, man. My TV back home's hella toasted, dude. I was hoping you'd save me from dying of total boredom, but no. You're such a buzzkill, man. You need to calm down if you want to survive. I'm not gonna tell him to leave. Like, chillax, dude. This place totally sucks. It's better than being on the streets. Just at least let me watch some TV, man. Come on. You can watch TV in my room. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. The reason I'm saying I'm not gonna like insult his desires is because like I feel like even if it's an apocalypse, even if someone said to me during an apocalypse, man, oh man, I wish I had some Pop-Tarts. I ain't gonna be like, Pop-Tarts right now? You're thinking about Pop-Tarts? Like, yeah, dude, for sure. Like that's something to look forward to if we can ever like get past this. It makes perfect sense that someone will be looking for something like that. You know, how are you doing? I could use some rest. What do you remember about him? We were over at our friend's place one day. We were much younger then. We were all hanging out and drinking. He was usually pretty moody, but he didn't talk much at the get-togethers like that. Well, he'd been drinking a lot that day. One moment he was his usual silent self, then all of a sudden he said, "Give me a guitar. I'm gonna sing something." And he played oh so beautifully. I loved it. Oh my god, these memories as well. You know, and it just goes to show like how much emotion is like in like, you know, and we already know this already, losing loved ones is horrible, right? But this time, like it, like, you know, and it already feels like it's out of your control sometimes when losing a loved one. But here it's like, it feels like, you know, it's hard to point your hate in the right direction, if you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, do you point it at the sun? Do you point it at the visitors? Which would be a good thing to point it at in some ways too. Do you point it at FEMA for not like, you know, doing enough? Do you point it at the government for not doing enough? Like, it's very hard to like sit here and just think about what's happening to your loved one. And not only not being able to help them after what happened to them, but also thinking about like, is there any way I could have prevented it? Is there any way someone else could have prevented it? Not truly knowing like, you know, what you could have done better. You know what I mean? Our friend started requesting other songs for him to play. He just sat there for a moment and then he got up and said he had to go. He knocked over glass and tried to catch it and dropped the guitar. Found out later that he's only learned that one single song to oh my god, what a sweetheart. Are you kidding me? Like, some people would find that cheesy, and I would too, but like cheesy in the most adorable way ever. If can you imagine someone found out like they learned like a dance or a song or how to draw something just for you? You can say what you want, but that is like so adorable, so adorable. Oh my god, they were so happy. Are you kidding me? I still have photos from that night. That was the night of the party. Oh my god. It's seen better days just like us. And then imagine that part is burnt too. I wonder if she burnt it herself. Now you can't play for me anymore. You sung me your last song. Oh my lord. That hits. That hits in the heart. And it's not just a song. It's like, you know, it's a memory that lasts through a song, right? How they kind of like got together, how they like truly like the memory she has of him is someone who is dedicated, someone who like, you know, definitely liked her in a way that was passionate enough to learn something that like, you know, a lot of people, it's an effort that is adorable. You know what I mean? 100%. And I feel like this happens, you know, like with a loved one passing on, you remember like these very beautiful things about them. And in this case, she's remembering that like this dude was in love with her and she was in love with him. That's the basis for this. And that you sung your last song is like, you can't do the things that you used to do for me. The stuff that like maybe at the time I did appreciate, but I'd do anything to have back now as well. Such a beautiful sentiment. It's so sad. It's so sad. Should we be checking the mirror, by the way? I haven't checked in a while. I need to check myself. We haven't checked any of this. Ears. We can check ourselves. Ears look fine. What kind of report was that anyway? Should we check other parts of ourselves? Should we check our eyes? We're fine. Okay, we're fine. We're not a visitor right now. Not red, nothing they can pin on me. We know that our teeth are like white, right? Should we check our armpits? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Hairy. Seems about right. Okay, fair enough. And like there's no one else that we really need to like test right now, I really feel like, you know? Let's check on her. How are you doing, gal? Again, such a silly question. Oh, my mommy. You need to accept what happened. I don't like the saying this right now. I know she does eventually have to accept it, but like it's one of those things where like she's a little girl. Looks like the conversation's over. Yeah, just like let's call her friend. Let's see if anything that this friend can help in some way. I'm worried about it, but 120090. Hello? Hi, it'd be okay if your daughter came over to play with her friend? Our little girl, she... Oh, Jesus Christ. We had to kill... What? We killed her, it had to be done, believe me. What do you mean? Every sign matched what we were... No. My husband insisted. You killed your own child? Don't you judge me. What are you talking about? She was a visitor. All the signs matched. There was no doubt. She was a visitor? Does it work like that? Where they can just like... What, they think like her daughter was replaced? Is that what they're thinking? Because here's the thing. All the signs matched, every one of them? Every one of them? Fuck. Why even explaining myself to you? Because you do feel guilty. That's why you're explaining yourself. And even though, like, here's the thing. I don't know what the situation was at all, but, like, that's horrible. Like, this could be a paranoia thing as well that again, is FEMA is responsible for. The government is responsible for creating this paranoia. If she wasn't a visitor, she died because of the government creating that paranoia, 100%. And the reason you're explaining yourself to me, I'm not saying that, like, you know, I'm not saying anything about it. It's just the truth. The reason you're explaining this is because you say you don't feel guilty, but you do kind of feel guilty. You're explaining yourself because you are worried about what people will think. Yeah, you're angry because you are worried about what people think. That is absolutely horrible, guys. I thought we could call over a friend for... Let's see this phone roulette thing again, by the way. See if there's anyone we can talk to. Oh, even the phone roulette's gone off the hook. That's not a good sign. Oh, God. Things are going to hell. I'm just trying calling this again just for, like... Yeah, of course. I'm wondering if like you get a scare from this or something like as well, you know. I think we bought all we need to buy as well. I don't know, but I'm worried about calling FEMA. Maybe like again, if we do another playthrough, we definitely can call FEMA in that one too. We can call the psychics again. Oh my god! Oh my god! All of them are getting cut off. That is a bad sign. That means everything. I'm guessing the flames we saw in the distance that day, and like all the things burning and everything happening. Like 100%, we are in a situation now where it's gotten worse. It's gotten to the point where now it's like infrastructure's gone, media's gone. The radio's not even saying anything right now, or is it? Maybe it is. Those weren't attacked. The ones attacked in the quarantine zone. I saw it. I saw it. What was there? That it wasn't human. Is that the pale man again? Okay. You know what? I think we go to sleep now, right? I'm so scared to see what could even happen next with this story. I really am. I'm so scared. Oh, the knock on the door already. The group evicted by FEMA settled in your neighbor's home. Oh my god, they're in the burning ruins of the home. The little remains of the basement seems to be intact. Okay. A small pocket of safety. But how long can they keep hiding? That's crazy that they just like took over this home as well. The knocking on the door is so anxiety inducing. Wild dogs from the street? Their bodies bear shallow burns. Hunger wears them in. So this isn't smoke, by the way, now. I thought it was smoke. It looks like there's some sort of like thing in the sky. Inside your house, you don't fear them. But you can't shake the feeling it's better not to go outside. Especially with wild dogs. For sure. Oh, Jesus. Small groups carrying their belongings gathered nearby. They whispered, careful not to get heard by FEMA officers. Looks like they're from the quarantine zones and are moving into former residents' homes. So they're taking people from other people's homes and putting them into like other empty residences. That's an insane idea as well. They're like trying to repopulate, but like what if they start taking them out as well? Now the hanging man looks like a grim welcome. Yeah, it's so dark to look at this. This image of like all these people not happily, these people relocating into new homes, but it's like a hanging man to welcome them in. It's so dark. Because again, it's once again a sign that everything has gone totally wrong. No, go away. No, you don't require nothing. Go away. Leave. We require to test more subjects from you. The sooner we get them, the better. Bring back the ones you took. You're in no position to make demands. You need to leave. You've all done nothing but try to get in our way. Yeah, because you're doing something nefarious here. And look what that's got us. We recently had to wipe out a visitor colony. A visitor colony? Are you sure that was a visitor colony? A place that used to be my hometown. I know that you guys are going through stuff too. I know you guys are going through stuff too. But you can't just take people from people's homes. I know for a fact that they weren't visitors. I know they weren't. Well, I don't know for a fact, but I know I strongly suspected they weren't. How long is this all going to continue? We're still studying the causes of these events. Stay out of our way. Hard to say when things will return to normal. We need to run more tests to keep things under control. Cooperate with us and things will all be over before you know it. So what now? We need people. 2? No. You're not taking anybody. It'll speed things up. This is all for the best. No. For fuck's sake, have it your way. You're enjoying the view behind me? He says that's what happened. Oh, sorry, I skipped the backs, and I think he said that's what happens. Resistance will happen again? What? We care about this city. Just give us people. No, you won't do it. No. You get them back soon. Thank you. That's so, no. That's so horrible. We know they're not coming back. Are you okay? Yes. Your house is perfect. I hate the idea when FEMA comes to the door, I'm just like, I want to protect my people in my house so badly. Your house is perfect. I can feel it. Yes, and it's mine. That is correct. Death is everywhere. Some were burned, some dragged out and executed. Death's taken a liking to you, yes. Oh my god. Who even are you? Why are you dressed like that? We are the harbingers of a new fate, the orators of a hallowed doctrine. Death hath come. She wishes only to soothe humanity, to free us from our chaos, bitterness, and bedlam. And again, people have to make sense of this in their own mind. And this is what happens to people. Instead of just thinking like this is a horrible situation and a horrible thing that happened, and like, I guess like in a lot of ways wallowing, which is not the wrong with wallowing in this situation. They come up with an idea in their mind as to why this is happening to make themselves feel better. Because if there's all a purpose behind all the horrible suffering that's happening to you, it makes people cope a little bit better, But even though deep down they're probably still hurting a lot, we're simply helping her draw closer. It is the only way to find salvation. There's no going back. So what is it you want? We must perform burial rites in ways anew. Your house is perfect for it, yes. This influence is strong here. What's been happening here anyway? The way he looks as well here. Does he look just like he has no teeth? In any case, let me my brothers trespass here. Protect them. They must survive long enough to complete their tasks. Sounds like a tall order? It is a tall order. The road to higher purpose, never one easily traveled. Oh my god. Do you not long for peace? A world with no one is a burden to any other. That's not... The world doesn't work like that. It'd be nice for everyone to be at peace. But the world right now is like, we have people shooting places. We have the Pale Man. We have FEMA acting up. Watch over my people. And remember, if one of them dies, your house will be reduced to nothing. Alas, there's no other way. Then I'll just shoot you all? Yeah, I don't like the idea of him. Yeah. I'm trying to protect this. Again, there is a little girl in our house. There is a grown dude who's like pretty chill. I don't want anything to happen to anyone else. You think we few are all that carry the torch of our fate? Others will come while you sleep. They'll douse the walls in gasoline and strike a match. No! Even if you survive the blaze, your house will be gone. This is terrifying. This is so scary. Where will you run? So perhaps let them stay. Yes, I doubt it shall take very long. So he's saying whoever comes, we have to let them in? Oh! Oh no. I don't think I even opened the door. Or went to the keyhole. Keep your distance, huh? That's one of the shooters, right? Oh my god, look at the fingers around his neck. And the teeth. I just got a heart attack. All this stuff is so scary, like, and it's just... Like, I'm frozen. I am frozen right now. Keeping your distance, huh? Good. That'll improve your odds of survival. Unless you're a visitor. Why aren't you indoors? This isn't a damn game. Some people pity the visitors, like my heart is pounding right now. Think they can, I don't know, get better. Couple of days personally, butcher everyone in the house. Then they run off and do it all again. No justice. I don't hide. I am justice. I bring order. Let me guess. Is that a broom in your hand? What's with the gear? Is that supposed to make you visitor proof? The fingers and the teeth makes me feel like they're one of the shooters. Visitor proof? Oh, you mean this necklace? It's a good term. I'll have to start using that. It's a reminder so I don't forget how many houses and how many towns I've purged. So he's saying he went... I don't like that. How did... I don't know. I'm starting to believe that a lot of people don't know what a visitor is and they're starting to get really paranoid. The paranoia is hitting everybody. I pull a single tooth from each visitor. They're the easiest trophies to take. So that was the guy who had the gun. It's one of the guys with the gun, with the teeth. If one really leaves an impression on me, I might take something else. So why are you here? Hold it. You already asked your question, now I'll ask mine. No, you're the one on the outside. Anything going on in the neighborhood? Any threats I should keep an eye out for? A half-naked visitor annihilated an entire patrol. Visitors keep showing up, but I've got a gun on my own. Refusing to take people back, no clue if they're coming back. The pale man? Just one? Half-naked? So I wasn't wearing any protective armor? Interesting, you actually saw him? Yeah, I believe you did. You don't talk like someone who's in the habit of spreading rumors. You got my attention, I'll be back. You know, you can leave, you don't have to come back. Why my heart is pounding right now? It's like, this is one of the scariest things ever, and we know we're like that guy whenever he said he's gonna show back up again. Hello? Do you ever dream? Oh my, they're starting to get weirder because it feels like it's later into the week. What? You know dreams? You know what a dream is when you sleep? Do you see anything? You know what I realized? People barely dream anymore. Why do you think that is? Why do you care? Do you dream? Hard to say. I haven't slept in 6... Oh, okay. No, you need to get some sleep, buddy. You're not thinking straight. If I did, a dream would come to me. Get some sleep. Come on. Thanks. To try to fall asleep here, though. Rest will probably escape me. Get some sleep, please. But if someone else in the house dreams, that would be just as nice. Just don't go near the kitchen, okay? And it's not just you, it's everybody. Just don't go near the little girl in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Just leave her alone. No one else is coming to... Okay, that's a tiny bit of a relief. You know what I mean? There's a tiny essence of a relief there that there's not like the pale man or that guy that's topless coming by again. You know what I mean? That's something. We'll take that. We still can't open this? What is the secret of that curtain? We don't look there anymore. Good afternoon. You're watching the news. Females are currently assisting victims of the quarantine zone attack. Assisting, quote unquote. Due to overcrowding existing facilities, the agency has made a decision to follow the decision. Evacuated residents will temporarily be housed in buildings in the outskirts of the city. This is crazy. They're giving the homes of people that they have killed or people that have been taken out to other people. It is one of the weirdest feelings. Fortunately, local homeowners are cooperating with FEMA and have offered shelter. Offered shelter? There's no one there in some cases. As a report, only a portion of the escaped individuals have been located. Thankfully, a new identifier has been announced by the official earlier today. Bleeding gums. If an individual showing condition to come to your doctor, comes to you, do not engage. Wait for a scheduled FEMA patrol and report the suspect to the relevant authorities. And remember, stay where you are and await further instructions. That's the latest for now. Next up, a special report of the dangerous new cult. A dangerous new cult? What do you want about? Oh my god, of course the cults are propping up. Of course, we know there is cultists. We just saw them last night. Of course they're propping up. The visitors aren't just hiding among us. They may be infiltrating our very thoughts. Multiple cities are now reporting outbreaks of organized cult activity. Charges against them include ritual sacrifice, worship of an unknown deity, and possible ties to visitors themselves. So what we're learning now is that they could sacrifice people. So either like we let them in and they probably sacrifice someone, or they torch the whole place. This is so terrifying. According to the new report, the cult has taken a public stand against FEMA. What began as a harmless evangelism has now escalated into a direct action. Some experts believe that the cult may even be responsible for the recent violent incidents in the city. Viewers are urged to avoid contact with these so-called new believers. Aiding or sympathizing with any cultist may result in arrest or criminal charges. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned. So we have an idea that they're aware of the cultists at the very least. Someone's in here, yeah? Wait. Oh, we let the cultists in already? So we already did let them in? What the hell? So they're just there now? So wait, so he said if anything happens to those guys, we're done for. You're doing okay, yeah? How's my dude doing? You're doing okay? I feel so bad for that gal. And the dude in here as well. Let's check out the radio first and let's see what we can do here as well. I am gonna probably test the hell out of some of these, but there's 3 cultists. So, should we test the cultist or should we test Buddy over here? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully he's gotten some sleep. This is evicted residents speaking, so they're starting to like kind of guerrilla radio in a way. If FEMA kicked you out like they did us, we're sheltering in the basement of a burnt out. Oh, that's just right by us. The Hermits? We're called the Hermit? We don't have much food left. Without more, we'll starve. If anyone can spare some food, please help us. We need it. We don't have any food we can spare. Well, you're not getting over there either. We're not going over there, you know? That's, again, there's a desperate situation going on as well, isn't there? Very desperate situation. Okay, let's talk to these cultists, by the way. Do visitors dream? Did you get any sleep? Wasn't really trying to... Can you please try to sleep? For your own sake, honestly? I hope someone here still dreams, that's all. No one shares any dreams with me yet. Maybe I don't look trustworthy. Maybe they'll open up later. You know what it probably is because you look probably very like erratic because you haven't been sleeping. Oh god. How long will you be staying?
Worry not, homeowner. We won't be any trouble. We appreciate your hospitality and don't wish to anger you. You've done so much for us already. We'll stay in this room and pray quietly. We need some rest. Our journey ahead will be long and hard.
Very well. Is that the same? Oh my god. You look scared. Are you afraid?
You're observant, homeowner. Unlike my brothers in fate, I still struggle with fear. Doubt torments me. What lies beyond life? What does it feel like? Our mentor teaches us in neither heaven nor hell. It's neither heaven nor hell. That it's something else, but we can't seem to grasp it. Even if he doesn't fully understand death, will we ever truly understand her? What if reaching her isn't enough? What if she's truly beyond comprehension entirely? But I dare not question our mentor's will. From his eyes, I see confidence and understanding. He asks us to embrace fate and still resolve to be ready.
So again, they've been taken in by someone who's confident, someone who has like the look of someone who knows what they're talking about. And if you're uncertain and you're terrified, someone who is like so certain and confident in these situations, especially if you are like, you know, in a state where like, you know, everything seems to be going wrong. That's how cults start. That's how they start.
Only then can we cross the river of the dead and mountains of bone and reach her. Death!
What about you? So he's talking about like the cult. He's like saying thank you for letting us in. He's talking about like their belief system. Who are you?
Our souls, just like countless others who walk the blighted earth, we yearn for peace, for stillness eternal, and we have found the path to her. We just threaten to burn down houses sometimes.
Again, this is another thing where it's like, oh, we yearn for peace, but like, literally to let you guys in, I was told that if I didn't, you know, they would torch this place.
Death. Why do they tremble before her? Is it truly unknown they fear, or the lashings of dogma burned into their souls? For millennia we clawed at the veil seeking life's meaning, and lo, its answer was laughably simple. Death is our purpose, and we are her followers.
So they follow the idea of death, and they think that death may be unattainable, or unreachable, or incomprehensible, I guess. In some way. What's this? Honestly, I'm better off being alone. You can even talk out loud. You always saw this before as well. Okay, let's check on her. Is there anything I can do? Anything? I want my mommy. Yeah, she's kind of a little bit done. She's not responding very well to anything now, which is very sad. Feels so bad for her. Accepted. Is something wrong? Looks like the conversation. Oh my god! So he's just conversation out now. So okay, so if we're gonna test someone, I think it might put my mind at ease to test him as well. Maybe we can test one of the visitors. Maybe though, I don't know. Like, do as you wish, we don't obstruct our path. So can I check the photo first of all? Okay, pretty clean. Pull out the gun. I'm going to test you guys one by one. Can I test you once again? So I need to see your eyes, if that's okay. These eyes are mine now. I see. Okay, not blood. I wouldn't say bloodshot like the other people. Just very pink, maybe. I made it apart from my brothers. Let's try one more thing anyway, just for now. Let's try the teeth. I'm using how the lower and upper jaws can be so different. Perfectly white. Oh no. And we don't have anything that can like get our stuff back, right? Our energy back. We have nothing. Minced beef. Oh no. Perfectly white teeth, somewhat bloodshot eyes. What day is it? World Thank You Day. And it's interesting that they said thank you. Look at this Burning Man saying thank you to us while we're like in this how do I say? Oh, should we try and call someone? Saying thank you to us, right? But like they're saying thank you because they forced their way in here, you know what I mean? I think we can't we can try calling the for rest, but I don't think if everything else is offline, I imagine that delivery services might be a bit offline now as well. Oh, I guess not. I think we need some energy cans. Well, coffee might be more. Coffee might have more caffeine. Just so we can do more studies on these characters for more often, because there's more people here than ever before. Let's go to sleep. Oh, the door is knocking already. What's that sound? Oh, I forgot to check the thing. Oh, thank you. You look kind of down. My coworker taking my female. Oh, I'm so sorry. Morning check, same as always. They noticed his eyes red. God damn it. And that was it. They hauled him off. Now I don't even know what happened to him. I don't think he's coming back, buddy. If one of my eyes are red from the lack of sleep, they're going to drag me off too. Those fucking quarantine zones. I would never say this. I wouldn't say this either. I think to be stressing about it is probably pretty normal. Fine, what's fine? Even mean in the middle of a cataclysm. All these visitors, these signs, and the damn sun. I thought it couldn't get worse, but every day it just gets crazier. Next you know, they'll say public hair is a sign of being a visitor, and the world, it goes even more batshit. Yeah, it's that paranoia. It's everything. Because what could happen is, and we said this like with the little girl, there's a chance that like, you know, when he was and this is another thing as well. I'm not saying they just killed the girl, right? I'm not saying that's what happened. But if you're paranoid and you walk up to someone and you go, let me check you, and you check their teeth, and you go, not perfect, but I would call them white. And you're like, yeah, but that's not perfectly white. Let me check your eyes. Oh, a bit red. They could have been crying. You know what I mean? Or you're seeing some, like, you're like, oh, that looks red to me. Is it red, you know? The armpits. It's like, oh, I shave my armpits regularly. And then it's like, your dirty hands. Yeah, I'm playing in the dirt sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, that paranoia makes you see things as well. All right, gotta get in the move. Take your order and I'll be on my way. Thank you so much. Have a good night. You tried to have a good night too. Let's check the windows, by the way. The two female officers stand by the lamppost staring at the hanging man. Looks like they've finally gone around to the main attraction of the areas. They look like clueless detectives, must be wondering how he got up there without a ladder. So again, showing the incompetence of the FEMA guys. Is he knocking the door? No. Oh, there is now. Okay. Female officers stand over the dead dogs. One of them is jotting something down on a tablet. Can a handful of people stop a horde of starving animals? Unlikely. So they're saying maybe it was the pale man again. Just checking everything out here as well. An armed visitor hunter holds... Oh, it's that guy. And they were starving as well. This is what this has done to people. He probably stumbled upon them by chance. You hear snips of shouting and crazed voice yelling. Who will survive in a new world? Not those guys. The guys from FEMA are over there and they're not even going to do anything. Yeah, they're gone. Like, because that guy's paranoid to the max. What's that sound? Every single time I hear that sound. Oh no! He said the next time you come here, something would happen. You feel that he says, oh no, change is haunting you. So am I. And now, one of your ilk is deathless? One of your ilk? And because of what word? One single word. But what word is it? What do you mean one of my ilk is deathless? You know who I mean, yes? What do you mean? Strange things happen around you. I don't feel anything. Must be tough. Who's he talking about? One of our ilk is deathless? Sounds like you need help. Why don't we try something new? A gamble of some? No, how about you go? How about you leave? If there are at least 2 of us and you'll open the door for me? Because dogs reside in their bodies now. What are you soldiers say? If there's 2 visitors, we'll open the door? I don't understand. It's simple. Let's give it a try. But first, you alone? I'm not alone. Well. Even we are a rare sight now, let alone your kind. Locked in their walls, even we're a rare sight. So is he saying that if there's 2 visitors in our house, if we got... So, that's the gamble. If we get it wrong, we have to open the door? Change isn't the worst thing coming for... Stop that. Stop that right now, sir. You don't think I lead the pack, do you? There are far greater things. I'm guessing, yeah, he's talking about maybe the pale man. I simply follow orders. Well then, until we meet again. Oh my god, wait, there's 2 visitors. Can you open these? So wait, the next time he arrives, if there's 2 visitors in his house, we have to open the door to him? Please no. Please no. And he said they're like, there's worse things coming for us, and not only that, but like he's just following orders. He's not even the top brass here. That's so, he makes me so nervous. They are much better. Oh howdy, my lovely wife and I are looking for a safe place to weather the storm. Would you mind if we crashed here for a bit? Only if there's no trouble, of course. What if you're trouble? Well, I guess I could go and look for shelter somewhere else. My old lady's exhausted though, she needs a little rest. Can we stay here for a little while? It's not too much to ask, I mean. Can your wife speak for herself? Of course you can, honey. Will you say something? She's really tired. Well, maybe we could talk together another day if we meet again, of course. Right, darling? Oh, forgive me, I shouldn't be pushing you like this. The politeness this late into what's happening? No. Please, friend, forgive my insistence, but try to put yourself in my shoes. My wife is very weak these days. She tires quickly, and I do anything for her, you understand? But you're being... I know it's a weird thing to shame them for politeness, but you know what I'm saying? The paranoia that I'm getting right now is that, like, they're being so polite, like, 9 or so days into this tragedy, this cataclysm. I don't think you'd be acting like this. And she's not talking. Lover dealer, I'd give you the shirt off my back if I could buy her safety. Speaking of that, we got something. It's not my shirt, but how about cigarettes? I'm willing to give you everything I have left and means my darling gets a moment's rest. What do you say? Will you help us? I can't. He's so, like, you know what I mean? He's being so polite. That's the problem. He's being so polite. And I can't take any chances because there's 2 visitors when that guy comes back. God, it's sorry to bother you. We'll just have to keep looking, won't we, sweetie? Come on, move your damn legs. I'm tired too. Oh, maybe she was just a tired lady. Maybe she was just a tired lady. Hello. Hey, buddy, got a room in there for a stand-up guy like me? Okay, this point my mind ease a little bit, but my heart is still pounding. How do I know you're a stand-up guy? Believe me, I've got the biggest heart of any man you'll ever meet. He looks very gentle. Sure, I might punch out folks with perfect teeth and pretty eyes, but only because I envy them. Okay, that's not. Come on now, I'm messing with you. Don't go getting all stiff on me. 1 or 2 weird traits doesn't make you a visitor. I would never hurt anyone over their teeth or eyes or whatever they're saying on the TV. I couldn't even... Never mind. You sound kind of tipsy. What have you been drinking? Had myself a king's breakfast this morning. Sticking to my buddy's meal plan. Beer for breakfast, wine for dinner. Tasty healthy even counts as dieting if you do it right. I mean, feast your eyes on this body. He's that joker that is always trying to wait for the laugh after every joke. Relax and just pull your leg again. Don't hold it against me. These days a good laugh is all we got. And why not drown out the misery a little? Dealing with everything going on sober is just too much. But all jokes aside, you letting me in, buddy? I'm beginning to believe that the other couple were just like a polite couple now, because if everyone's acting like this, I don't know. Now, I don't know if I want to let in this like drunk dude right now. Come in and we'll test you. Come in and we'll test you. Come on. I'll be all alone otherwise. Is that it? Everyone? Wow, not everyone yet? That's a long night. Hello.
Hello. I guess if that's better. Is this like your place? I mean your house, sir?
Are you looking for someone? That's a weird question.
No, I just need to crash for a bit or something. I'm sick of hiding in basements. Keep this up and I'll probably forget how to talk soon. Not that you care.
Where are your parents?
Hell if I know. Home probably. Where else would they be? Or maybe the visitors now. That kind of suit them, huh? I'm always sunbathing too, so yeah, that's another fun possibility. Whatever, I'm here, aren't I? I could use a roof over my head. You really gonna leave a kid out here under a burning sun with visitors around?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, come on.
Never mind, you already got a crying girl in the spot that ties the house together. If I'm gonna stay, then we're doing things my way. Hey, that rhymed neat.
No, I'm not kicking her out.
Whatever. I shouldn't have wasted my time on you.
You think I'm kicking her out of the house? I keep hearing like random sounds. I guess we're gonna find out if someone dies. If that comedian is a...
Okay. Good afternoon, now for the news. The situation in the city is gradually stabilizing, but some fugitives still remain at large. Meanwhile, corpse disposal operations have resumed, though new challenges have emerged. According to latest reports, packs of stray dogs are now roaming the streets. FEMA has deployed a team to address the threat. The agency has also announced a new identified sign of potentially dangerous individuals. Skin irritation. The investigation into the attack is still ongoing. Whether the attackers acted alone still remains unclear. However, there is no doubt that FEMA will contain both this and the ongoing visitor threat. If you have any questions about the recognized visitors, the FEMA hotline is open now, 00451. So should we call that, maybe? As always, stay where you are and wait for further instructions. That's the latest for now. Up next, a report on unfolding situation. The equilateral belt.
Troubling news from the countries in the equatorial region tonight. The widespread wildfires, extreme heat, and droughts are devastating multiple nations. Recent reports indicate temperatures so high that contact with the ground was enough to cause third-degree burns. That is bad. Death tolls remain unknown, and evacuations currently impossible. Yeah, I never thought about that, because imagine, like, yeah, countries on the equator. Done. You know, like, it'd be crazy. Our government has so far been unable to establish communication with authorities in the affected regions. However, once conditions allow, female officers will deploy to assist disaster relief. That's the latest news. Stay tuned for updates. So no one's dead, right? That's something. Nobody's dead. Okay, she's that poor gal. Are you in the bathroom with him now? Where's Buddy? Is he in here? Where the hell's... No way, they're not all crammed in here. Oh my god, that's kind of cute. What's this day called? Diplomacy Day. Maybe. Can't get a read on this. Oh, there's something. FEMA's trying to snap job with things, keep things under wraps. They want to hide everything. That's going on in the city. So they're trying to like hide, they keep it secret now, yeah, for their own benefit. They're trying to blame it all on that psycho who killed everyone in the quarantine zone. So maybe they're blaming the guy with the gun for all this as well. If you're still in the city, get out. It's not safe. So FEMA is now like obviously we already knew that FEMA were like not there. Avoid FEMA patrols. They're trying to. Yes, I truly believe this is what's happening. I think that FEMA is like executing people. I think yeah, Runway still can. Yeah, I totally believe this. We cannot let more people be taken by FEMA. We just can't. I can talk to the little girl again, but I don't think she's gonna talk. Oh, my mommy. Looks like the conversation is over. I think we're done talking to the hipster guy. This is a crazy room, by the way. It's a crazy room. How are you?
Hey, buddy, what's on your mind?
How's it going?
Feeling just fine, buddy. I took a peek inside your fridge, by the way. Man, if I knew I had that much beer. How'd you score it anyway? Your uncle work at a brewery or something?
No, it was actually brought over by a friend.
Ah, whatever, you can keep your secrets.
What a mess! He waits for like a laugh every time.
What a mess, huh? In a different world, we could be drinking cold ones and watching a big game. You'd even meet...
You okay? You okay?
What? I'll forget, it's fine.
Is he talking about maybe we could have met a loved one? I'm gonna test the hell out of this guy as well, by the way.
Sure, buddy. Got nothing to hide, and there's no reason to neither.
So let's try out the teeth first of all. Perfectly white. Perfectly white. Absolutely perfectly white.
See, half of them are picture perfect, all clean and white. The rest, let's just say, some of that didn't keep up so nice. That's life, buddy. It ain't always kind.
Leave alone. Let's try again. Let's test one more bit. Let's try the hands. Pretty clean. You got the hairy wrist though.
Big uns, huh? Big uns? Hands made for kneading dough or building a house. And here I am just popping bottles. That's life for you.
Let's try one more test, I guess. Let's try the eyes.
Take a look.
He's grand. This dude's grand.
Plain brown, just like the other half the world's population. No mystery there, bud.
That's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think he's just literally just like a big kidder and a big jokester. We can test him more as well soon. Where are you heading?
To the land of the outsiders.
Human life is eternal. We are merely guests on this earth. We came once, and lo, we shall leave. The outsiders must take this land, settle here. The arrival is not random. Summoned by the same call that draws us away. Death summoned them before.
So death summoned. So they're going to have a pilgrimage of some kind. Why do you worship death?
Please, kind homeowner, I hope you do not wish to speak ill of death.
That sucks. That sucks. Life rules. Yeah, death in the mud.
She despises blasphemers who labor as unjust and punishes them most harshly. Her nature terrifies me, but her mentor says death may be the kindest of all gods. She does not bring famine, plague, or war. She simply grants us rest.
So yeah, she doesn't punish people, but like in that way. But god damn it, you will die.
And we need to meet her.
Why do you worship death?
Because death is an embodiment of mercy. We all fear, but our fear is justified. Consider it well, our world is no paradise, but a purgatory that torments us. And the question burns, why? So much fear, pain, and suffering. Do we not deserve peace? Death is a paradise we cannot comprehend. Religion attempts to simplify the image of heaven that soothes the woes of the people, but is life ever so simple?
You have used death to soothe your worries as well. I want you to know this. You're no different from this religion.
The same goes to death. You cannot hope to understand her until you get...
Yeah, exactly. Until you're... no, I'm just saying, oh yeah, I agree. I'm saying like they've done the same thing. They're soothing their fears by saying that their punishment that's happening right now, that the horrible things that are happening right now has a meaning to it. Yeah, when it doesn't, really.
The visitor's dreams. Why are you so obsessed with dreams? Who said I'm obsessed? That's a weird conclusion to come to. Aren't you a little curious what our subconscious is trying to tell us? What are we hiding in all these heads of ours? We all hide things from ourselves. You, for example, are you avoiding people because someone hurt you? Interesting question. That makes all this interesting for me. You know what? I'll tell you about the last dream I had, please. A huge black train was chasing me. My legs were rooted to the ground and I screamed and woke up. But I was driving on the train too, charging right at myself, unable to stop.
So he was maybe self-damaging, hurting yourself in this situation. In terms of like these guys here, they worship the idea of death and they see it as a rest. They see it as like, oh, it's giving us like the eternal rest. And it's very clear to me that like they see their own belief in death as superior to anyone else's beliefs. When in reality, again, I do think they're just trying to self-soothe. It's like a self-soothing thing for all of them. Their paranoia has gone to the point where this is the only thing that's keeping them sane. Buddy over here, really cool dude. Clearly has something that he's hiding as well, but it's probably to do with his like a loved one or something like that, I guess. I don't think we can talk to him anymore. Yeah, he's just gonna be sitting there for a while. That's fine. We can do more testing. That's why we got the coffee, but I don't think they've killed anyone yet. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering if like we can just like leave everyone here, or maybe we should test the jokey guy a bit more, right? We don't know what it does. Oh, it's eternal extra. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, okay, we can go to sleep. It doesn't seem to me like, I don't know. It's very interesting to like. I don't think anyone here is a visitor right now. I don't get the feeling, but I could be wrong. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go and call FEMA, and I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but we might as well do it once because I think like, you know, going a whole playthrough without doing it would be very silly. Hello, it's the Federal Emergency Management Agency Medical Division. We are now able to provide consultation service regarding official visitors and screening procedures. Please state your question. Oh, this is interesting. What should I know about the teeth sign? For accuracy testing, we recommend avoiding tobacco products. Smoking may affect the condition of your teeth, leading to unreliable results. Please state your question. What should I know about the eye sign? For accuracy screen, please avoid... Oh, it's just telling us what to avoid. So, caffeine. Oh, so now that we drank the coffee, maybe we're going to get red eyes? Ears? Ears, wait. Let me consult with the management. I'll get back to you. So they don't know fully about that yet? Armpits? To ensure that your arms tests are accurate, we must avoid any contact with water. Refrain from showering and washing yourself. Oh my god. Please set your question. No one's allowed to shower? The nail sign? Refrain from washing your hands before examination. Water will remove surface residue, which could lead to errors or false results. It sounds like everything is it sounds like some of this stuff is very flimsy. If washing your hands could change the results, it sounds like this is like a paranoid flimsiness to do with this as well. Honestly. It sounds a bit flimsy to me. Already knocking the door. The whole group is dead. Hungry dogs tear at the remains. They literally were begging for help. Spent shells and scattered near the bodies. The hunter must have killed them and took trophies. Absolutely disgusting. The madness world has gone too far. That's what it is. I mean, I know they weren't visitors. The visitors kill and then leave. Why would they, like, just ask for help? They'd, like... Oh, cultists pile firewood into a huge heap outside my house? Are they planning to burn something? They're mad. Their mad plan will likely reveal itself soon. But until then, how many innocent lives will be lost to their cause? Are they doing sacrifices to each other? 1 second. Oh, there he is. On the road stands a crazed man. He holds a gas can and a Molotov cocktail. Is he planning to burn down the whole village? Does he not know these people are in quarantine? I don't think he cares. I think a lot of people have held, because of what's happening, they've held onto their own belief system and believe they're right no matter what. No. No. We need more people. You do not. It's only the way to avoid catastrophe. It hasn't avoided anything. What catastrophe? A fucking major one. How about you tell me what it is? You always can't contain the outbreak. They're ready to blow up this entire city. Jesus, so they're going to nuke it? The orders they expect us to adhere to are impossible. If we don't figure out a way to survive, someone else will decide for us. What is the fuck is the point of your agency if you're not going to... Yes, exactly. I'm out of patience. I'm not arguing with you. Either we break the door down and clear this whole damn rat's nest, or you hand over 2 people right now. You're not the first to try and resist us. We dealt with them. We'll deal with you too. I'm not handing over anyone else. It's like talking to a fucking wall. Here's what's going to happen if you don't cooperate. We'll break down your door. We'll take everyone. We leave you behind to die alone. The little girl... No, you absolute animals. Stop. We'll be on our way. No, stop. The absolute animals. And I know for a fact they weren't visitors. Oh, God. They didn't even wait for me to answer the door. Those 2 were not visitors. I know for a fact. They were gentle people who were just like either just waiting out their time or someone was hurt. How fares my flock? They're doing good. They're still alive. Thank you for all you've done. I'm sure you were tired too of all the noise, these oppressive times, the confusion. Dad spoke to me not long ago. She hopes to meet you in the... I'm okay. She may offer you a place to hide from everything, even from the end itself. I'm not sure what that means yet, but it does sound tempting, yes. So they took Buddy out of here and they took the little girl. They're not coming back. She was terrified. He's back? No, leave. Go. I don't need you guys here. It's so scary. I'm back. Tried to find out someone I mentioned, no luck. But I went through a few houses. This place is... It's not here. Did FEMA give up on the town or just this block? How do you spot a visitor? Same way you do, I bet. The TV and radio spell it out for us, but I'm thinking it's flimsy as heck. I'm thinking it's absolutely flimsy. Our sign's enough to put him down. I don't hesitate for a second. Since I'm here, tell me, do you know a stocky guy who wears a blue denim jacket? A stocky guy who wears a blue denim jacket? That wasn't the bald guy, was it? He was wearing a shirt, right? He's got a kid, a little girl, not sure. His wife, well, fuck, what are you talking about? That's the guy that we talked to at the start. His house burned down and I haven't seen him since. Show me you're not one of them. Any part of you will do. You got a gun? Fuck if I care. We'll both go down shooting then. Wait. But no. That isn't it clean? It's supposed to be clean? Wait, that's clean. It's supposed to be... No, that's not the sign. Fuck, as visitor thought you could trick me. It's supposed to be clean. What the hell? You hear a man behind the door spitting furious words of raw aggression. They have like a special animation for this? But isn't it supposed to be clean? Did I get it wrong? You can only wait, hoping nothing will happen. What? The haze of the rage in the eyes of the armed man is more terrifying than the visitor. I just shoot right now. I'm sorry. I shoot right through the door. It is more terrifying. What have we done? What's happened? You hear his shallow wheezing. So we shot him too? Bastard, he got me. And how many more has he slaughtered? How many more has he burned? Thought he'd drag it out since he didn't go down easy, but what about the others? That's so... What the hell? He's gone quiet. You should probably check. He's actually... Oh my God, we shot his face off. Because of scum like you, so many are dead. And this is our pent-up aggression now. Oh my God. People like you killed my friend. And he called the guy his friend too. And people like you will never let anyone live in peace. What, do you think no one will fight back? These minds damned by insanity. And now I've lost everything but you still have something left to lose. What are you talking about? I'll crush you. What is happening? I'll drive you deep into the... Wait, is he going after visitors? Is he doing... Is our character going after visitors? I'll drown everything in your blood. Wait, he's going after anyone who has a gun. Wait, that's the end of the... No way. That's the end? We can't end like that. We have to try more. Right? What's collection? So these are the endings, maybe? Is there... Oh my God, one trial ended only for her to begin. Now the eyes of the crowd you are to be one to be feared. So we became him after we shot him. And we went around shooting different people as well. Oh, these are different... Oh, that's so cool. Look at how many people we didn't even see. Guys. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. So I got the ending that ended up with us I wonder why we got that ending though. It's very interesting to think like, how do you get to the ending? You know what I mean? It's very interesting to think how we get to the ending. All I know now is that like, I definitely want to try some more. If you guys want to see more, I definitely would love to try some more. We'd have to start from a new game, right? And see what else we can do and make maybe... Well, it's not about different choices really, is it? It's about... Well, it is in a way, because I think it's to do with who's in your house. Or, I'm not even sure. It must be who's in your house at the time, or it must be like... Because we showed him our armpits. Yeah. So I got one ending that was... I feel like that was a bad ending. I got the bad ending from some choices that I made. And I wonder if like it comes down to like the cat, not letting the cat in. You know, how many people we had in our house at the time. I don't know if it's that either. I don't know if it's like random as well, what happens too in some cases. But all I know is that like I definitely want to try some more. If you guys definitely want to see more of this, please let me know, because I would definitely love to try some more of this as well. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic to try some more. We're gonna end it here, obviously, but we'll talk about some of the stuff that happened in this episode already. So I really feel like this was a like a really... I think the paranoia hit a fever pitch this episode. I think we were already paranoid, but I think this time around there were so many people coming to the door. It felt like we were getting closer and closer to like whatever like horrible thing would happen in this world. We got more of a look at the guy who was like, you know, at the door. You know what? Actually, probably the ending was there. I think the armpits probably was like maybe like we showed him the wrong thing, maybe. So maybe we should have showed him like our, you know, eyes or something. But I think our eyes could have been bloodshot at some point too. You know, you never know. I think we have to check ourselves regularly so we can test ourselves for that too. But I definitely think we got like a bad ending in that sense as well. To me anyway, that would be considered a bad ending. Us becoming a shooter that shoots anyone who holds a gun. Almost. And I think what happened there was like our constant paranoia and frustration of all the situations happening, the people that were taken off us, seeing death and then like getting shot as well. I think that we like got so tired of this world that like our character was like, I'm going to like, whoever decides to spread violence, I'm going to shoot them. But then we're spreading violence as well, because some people who are holding a gun could legitimately be just like people protecting themselves as well in this crazy time, you know? Not that I ever agree with like gun ownership, but I'm saying that like, you know, it makes sense, right? But yeah, there was a paranoia there. I feel like that happened. It was the fever pitch of paranoia this episode, where like, you know, the guy with the topless man was showing up to the door. You know, the dogs were circling our house. The cultists had entered our area. The cults were sprouting up around the world. The guy with the gun was, you know, killing people indiscriminately. And it's very clear, it showcases that if he didn't get one, because one of the signs is the armpits, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was, you know, hairy armpits as well. But then hairy armpits is like what everyone has, you know, that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, it was all the stuff that happening around the world, and looking out the window and seeing like the hanging man, and having the FEMA people taking that little girl and taking everyone. It really was this fever pitch of paranoia and fear that I was feeling in this episode. And it was nonstop, and like, you know, it really felt like we weren't safe at any moment this time around. And like, even meeting all these new characters was very interesting as well. But like, it was a very like, yeah, the paranoia hit a high this time. But it's not just paranoia. I feel like it's also like there was like direct fear as well sometimes too. Staring at like characters like the topless man and the guy with the gun is just a terrifying thing. You're looking in the face of either someone who like definitely wants to harm you, or someone who would harm you, and someone who has just completely lost it. Looking at the cultists as well, you're looking at people who are like trying to self-soothe and become one with death, because they believe that like, you know, this is a punishment for something, when in reality the situation above is like, you know, this is just a cataclysm that like no one could have prevented, it seems. But again, it is that self-soothing nature to this as well. Very, very like a very like horrifying end, and really like awful end, because like, yeah, I think when we were punching the face of this guy who shot us, I think it was like I think our character like was it. That's a as I said, like a build-up of all the stuff we've seen throughout the game. That's the pale man, that's the dogs, that's the friend that died, that's the FEMA taking people out of there. That's all that was in those punches to the face, you know. And because of you, this is happening, because of this, because of that. And again, what are we doing? Like, they said on the radio they're blaming the guy with the gun, whilst the guy with the gun 100% is a problem. He's not the only problem. And so once again, we were like, it's because of people like you, it's because of people like you with the guns, you know? When like, I think it's 100% a thing that like you look for someone to blame for everything, when in reality they are to blame for some things in a lot of ways too. Yeah, so they added the cultist nature, which makes perfect sense that the cultists would join this, would prop up now. People are looking for a way to, like, again, self-soothe and, like, look for meaning amongst all this, even though there isn't, like, you know, sometimes things just suck. You know, you have, like, the comedian guy walking into our house as well, and to me, he seemed like a character who was, like, you know, pretty gentle, but also at the same time, too, had, like, something hidden. The guy who was looking for the dream aspect of the world, like, he was looking for all the dreams. He, like, I really feel like, you know, maybe there was more to his character that would have happened down the line, but like to me, his character was someone who, like, once again was affected so much by what was happening, because again, I think a lot of people, a few things happen when this cataclysm happens. People either face the reality of the situation, and that seems to rarely happen. People seek to punish other people because they believe that they're the arbiter of this stuff, and that's what happened with the gun guy. People seem to seek to self-soothe. That's what's happening with the guy with the cloak. People try to come to terms with the death of their loved one, the lady we're talking to. People try to still have fun and try to, like, take their mind, try to not think about all this stuff, the good stoner guy. People hold so close to their faith and believe they're so right, like the nun. You know, and then the guy with the dreams, it feels like, again, someone else who was, like, faced what the situation is out there, and now is questioning all these other aspects of life, because it's one of those things that I feel like it affects your brain so much. It really does, where it's like one of those things where it's like maybe stuff that you already, and we talked about this, the girl who felt really cold, who clearly had like a lot of like mental health problems. The girl who was really cold, who was doubled over. I feel like the reason she was thinking about all the stuff she was thinking about and acting the way she was is because she already had, like, you know, something that she had to deal with beforehand, and this only exasperates it. And the same thing with the guy with the dreams. I do believe that there are characters who, like, before this whole thing happened, 100% probably had these, like, thoughts in some way, but then, like, this loneliness and seeing all this stuff out here and knowing that, like, your death could come any moment, raising that paranoia to a whole new level. I imagine it would, like, bring out all those other aspects to you as well, of the stuff that's already in your mind, bring it to the surface. So it's like almost like their personalities, whether they're good or not good or bad, but their personalities where they're like, we all have, like, you know, like a dormant part of their personality almost like comes to the top during the situation, you know? And I feel like the dream stuff is that. I feel like the stuff with the losing a loved one is that. I feel like everyone's been kind of like warped a little bit, even by a tiny amount, by what's happening out there. And it's only gotten worse. And we saw this throughout the game, and I think the game itself is absolutely incredible. Like, I've said it before, but like, I love the motion of the game. I know it sounds weird to say, like, I love moving around in the game. I love the location of the game. I love how simplistic it is, but it has so much depth within the simplicity. The warped house we're in, looking in all the rooms. There's something so interesting about looking out the windows of your house and then having to, like, looking through the keyhole of the door. It's like almost like we're in this sanctuary, but at the same time, we have to let people in. I think that's such a great feature of this game. It is the main feature of this game, letting people in, is that you have this combination of, like, there's clearly like an alien race of people that are trying to, like, kill everyone, but at the same time too, if you don't let people in, then they will for sure kill you. So it's like you have to make these sacrifices in a lot of ways of your own better judgment to let people in sometimes. And that happened a few times in a lot of cases where it's like, okay, I'll just test you. I think that's like a very, very interesting way of doing it too, where like that's adds to the paranoia, where it's like, I am thinking, like, I don't want to let these people in. If I had my way, like, a lot of them wouldn't come in, right? Like, you know, but like, you have to let people in. And in a lot of ways, I think I wanted to let people in, like the one with the body and, like, you know, the stoner dude and whatever, like the laughing dude, and like, if that woman and the husband and the wife were, like, you know, more normal in the situation, I would have let them in. The cat and stuff, I guess, as well. There's so much stuff here that, like, it's like I would definitely like to have let them in, but we didn't. But I still think it's like a very interesting game with so many, like, it's actually, I'll just say, it's like, I think it's like very perfectly done in what they're aiming to do, because what I feel like they're aiming to do is to make you question everything, to make you very scared, to make every morning a fearful thing to wake up to, and every night a very, like, terrifying thing to get through, right? who's going to knock at the door, who's outside the window, what's outside the window, all these feelings. And I think they did that perfectly. And I think they've done that perfectly, not only just through like the actual story itself with having the characters show up to the door and talking to people. I think it's also the idea of like, you know, the visuals, the way the nighttime looks, the looking through the keyhole and having people kind of stare back at you, the as I said, looking out the windows, like the way that the sound works as well in this game too. Like the knocking on the door is like, it makes your heart pound. Everything comes together in so well. The visuals, the actual story itself, the dialogue, the encounters, all this comes together to make exactly what they were trying to do. It feels like done so well. It really is. And we got to see what happens in a world. Again, that's what makes this game so interesting as well. We got to see what happened in a cataclysm or an apocalypse of some kind to the world. But we got to see it in a way that like you don't get to see in many games, which is from our own home. Usually apocalyptic or cataclysm games like this, it's usually like, hey, let's explore. But there's nothing wrong with that either. Let's see what's happened to the world. Let's like go out and about, try to find food. In our case, like it was like, let's see what the world has. It's like, let's see what's happening to the world from the inside of our home. So we only had to like trust, even though we didn't trust, but trust the word of FEMA. We had to trust the word of the news, of the reports, of the sponsorships, of the companies, and even like the companies we were talking to, they were losing you know, the radio cut off after a few days, the companies like the phone a friend thing cut off after a few days. People were dying around us. It was a very like scary situation, but I think the game is absolutely incredible. I really do. Just to add here as well, I do think that the shooter that was like going around shooting people, I do think that like one thing that is very terrifying about him is that I do believe since he saw our armpits and he called us a visitor anyway, I think he was looking for an excuse to do this. I think in some ways he found this exciting or fun and then believed he was some arbiter of like justice. But I do think it was indiscriminate. And I do think that like, you know, quite like FEMA, they're judging people based on like, you know, very like, you know, what they hear on the TV or what they hear on the radio, and it's making people more paranoid. And I think we saw that earlier when maybe the little girl as well and the mother and father were like, don't judge me, because they too doubt themselves as well. But in this case, I feel like it's one of those things where like the radio and the TV, while it gave us a lot of important information, it also makes people who are not in sound mind and body maybe not take the news very well and take it over the edge and start to get super, super paranoid, thinking that they might see stuff that they don't even see at that moment too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for supporting me and being so awesome and being so cool. I will play more. People definitely want to see more. I definitely wouldn't mind playing more, especially since I got like a bad ending. I would like to definitely see if we can get a better ending, because this has been pretty freaking incredible. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. It really has. And thank you to my patrons at the highest tier and my YouTube members at the highest tier who make this possible. Thank you to TyFire2, Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Nizuma, Delicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Jared Beanham, and at the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.